name is the CHALL, your Dunk Strowers channel, and yes, we've done it. A victory for clubs that have been scrutinised and put under the pressure by the EFL. Clubs that have been mismanaged by the EFL, letting in terrible owners. One of them has finally been resolved. Charlton Athletic have confirmed Thomas Sandgaard is the brand new owner of the football club. This isn't just a victory for Charlton Athletic, this is a victory, and this is also a glimmer of hope for clubs like Wigan, like Southend, when Macclesfield start up again, when they come back. So of course they folded now, unfortunately, but when they come back, this is hope for them as well, with the brand new Phoenix club. But clubs like Wigan and Southend who are still going through this is a glimmer of hope that this can happen to them as well. Charlton Athletic have finally got the owner, and Sandgaard, I've heard a lot of stuff about Sandgaard from Charlton fans. He is the perfect man to run a football club. He's got in touch with the fans, and the big statement on the back of this is, "We triumphed." That was his statement, "We triumphed." So I've got an official report to share with you about all this. Before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And yes, let's talk about Sandgaard becoming the owner of Charlton Athletic. So according to Sky Sports News, Thomas Sandgaard has been confirmed as the new owner of Charlton Athletic, writing an opening letter to fans saying, "We triumphed." Sandgaard's takeover has been complex because Manchester-based businessman Paul Elliott has been attempting to take control of the League One side after he agreed to buy ESI, who own the South London club, earlier this year. Elliott agreed to buy 65% of ESI from majority shareholder Tanhoon Nima in a deal which would also see him acquire the other 35% from Nima's football business partner Matt Southall. So we do have the official screenshot of the open letter from the club, from Thomas Sandgaard, the new owner, who said, "Today is the day. We did the impossible. We triumphed, and we made it to this point because of you. Thank you for your passion, your perseverance, and your patience. There is no club without you. We are Charlton Athletic Football Club. From early on, I felt that we were in this together. I am humbled by your support and honoured to officially become part of the Charlton family. The Charlton community is one of a kind. You welcomed and embraced this change of hands with more openness than many others would have given your history. Thank you for standing up for what you believe in. I will not let you down. Cheers to each of you. Cheers to Charlton. I assure you we are just getting started. We are London's club. This week and every week, we will #cheer for Charlton. Sincerely, Thomas Sandgaard, proud owner of CAFC. On Friday, Sandgaard confirmed he was able to bypass the injunction by buying the club itself rather than the shares in ESI. And in a statement, Sandgaard went to say, while there was an injunction in place to prevent the acquisition of ESI, it did not prevent the acquisition of the club itself, and so I'm thrilled to announce that I've acquired the club from ESI. With the club able to run out of funds this month, it was important that I moved quickly to complete the acquisition and put funds into the club to ensure its survival. The club will also be working quickly to post-completion to recover any losses suffered as a result of the actions of the previous owners to the extent possible. He himself put on Twitter, "It's true, fans, your support made this possible. #CAFC, #cheer for Charlton." He also said, "I'm truly humbled by all the support from Charlton fans, honoured to officially become part of the Charlton family and be part of the team that will lead the club into a successful future." Sandgaard also confirmed on Friday he passed the EFL's owners and directors test and expects Charlton to be able to sign players before transfer deadline day by the EFL lifting the club's registration embargo. So that's big stuff from Sandgaard in terms of what he said to the fans openly in an open letter. And you know what? I've been hearing all about this Thomas Sandgaard guy from other Charlton fans, from Tyler Rowlinson, from other Charlton fans that have messaged me in the past, and they've told us all about this new owner, this new Sandgaard guy, and you know, the humanity he has and the good nature he has. Now, I'm not going to go too over the top because things can change, but I'm telling you now, he's saying all the right things. It looks like he's a guy that's going to do the right things. And you know what? Charlton fans, you might agree with me here. I think you may be heading your way back to the Premier League in future years. I've got a feeling you're going to be there in a few years' time. You've got a fantastic manager in Lee Bowyer who, to be honest, I think when we got the injunction, when we saw there was going to be an injunction in place at Charlton until the end of November, we sort of had an idea that maybe the club was going to fold because they want to have the funds to survive until the injunction was lifted, before we knew it was going to get bypassed. And we had an idea that maybe towards January Lee Bowyer would walk and no one would blame him. But now with the takeover, I don't see Lee Bowyer walking anywhere other than to the dugout for Charlton. I think as long as he still does a good job on the pitch, I think Charlton will definitely keep Lee Bowyer on as manager. I think he's the right man, you know. And to be fair, Tyler said that to me. I think that Lee Bowyer is a good manager, could be the right manager for Charlton to get back up the divisions. And I think the timing of the announcement was spot on as well, because it's a couple of days before their Sunday fixture with Lincoln City. And, you know, looking at the fixture, yes, Lincoln may be near top of the league on goal difference, but this has given Charlton a major boost going into the fixture. And don't forget, there was a report that there was about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 transfers that were just waiting for the green light of the new owner. Those 3 or 4 transfers could go ahead, probably not for, obviously, this weekend's game. Or to be fair, they could get it done late today or tomorrow. Because they play Sunday, don't they, against Lincoln. So I think they could get some deals done on Saturday and register them as part of the squad ready for the Sunday game. It depends who they got lined up, though, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of deals that they're going to be looking at now, especially if the EFL lifts this transfer embargo and this registration embargo. So maybe not this weekend, but maybe for the next game, the next weekend after Lincoln, maybe they'll have some signings ready for then. And, you know, I feel so proud for Charlton. I feel so happy for Charlton, you know. I've felt so sorry for the club and the way they've actually been treated, but the EFL did something right. They actually let him take over and they actually bypassed the injunction, which, to be fair, that's probably one of the main things. That's probably one of a few things the EFL's done right so far. You know, salary caps, wrong in my opinion. This is where investments needed into Leagues 1 and 2, not been needed, and they've just invested in the Championship as well as the Premier League, which keeps the other leagues in the dust, and it means that more than 10 clubs could go bust in the pandemic, which, you know, isn't fair. Macclesfield being one of them. But as long as, now, this is what I mean now, as long as the EFL can do the same thing with Wigan, do the same thing with Southend, Oldham Athletic, all these other clubs that are under poor owners, as long as they can do this with the other clubs in trouble, then we are looking at a more invested league. Especially when you got an owner like Thomas Sandgaard, who's open with the fans, he's wanting to spend money, he's working with the manager, he's working with the backroom staff. You've got so much going on behind the scenes right now that's positive for Charlton Athletic off the back of this announcement that Sandgaard's come in. You know, Roland, goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on your backside on the way out. ESI, same thing. Paul Elliott, I don't know too much about this guy, this other guy that was interested in buying the club, or the shares from the ESI, should we say. But I don't think from what I hear, he's not really the best of owners. So I'm glad that Sandgaard's come in after hearing all the stuff about Sandgaard. He's talked the talk, now he's got to walk the walk. And I think that on evidence so far, it looks like he's going to walk the walk, and I think that he's going to be the right owner for Charlton Athletic. And to be fair, we haven't seen Charlton in the Premier League for a lot of years, so I think that, you know, getting back into the Premier League will be the long-term aspiration for the new owner. I think that'll be the long-term goal for the club. And, you know, bringing in the right transfers is going to be absolutely key. And I think that Charlton, on the back of this, could be a dark horse this season. I think that not many of us were expecting promotion for Charlton Athletic off the back of the ownership situation. But now it's been resolved, now they can get some players in, focus on the on-field stuff, and they can work at it and just work at getting the club back to a good standard. You know, and I think it's been, like I said, it's been a lot of years since the likes of Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs were travelling to the Valley Stadium in Premier League football week in, week out. So I think that must be the long-term goal for any club. You know, it's the long-term goal for me as a Dundee Rovers fan. But for Charlton, I'm sure the Premier League is the long-term aspiration for the club, and I think that with this new owner, I think what he said is right. Now, can he do that? Well, I mean, the support he's shown to the fans already, I think that there's more evidence to suggest he will be a great owner for Charlton Athletic, and you know, he's going to bring many, many success to the club. Now, whether he's going to go down in terms of a transfer strategy, you know, he's going to go, because he's Danish, this new owner, he's going to go down a Denmark transfer strategy, like Wolves have gone down the Portugal route. I know Vitesse got a load of Chelsea youngsters a few years ago, so maybe Charlton stick with the English route with a few international signings here and there. Maybe, like I said, with the Danish owner, maybe they could go down the Danish transfer route. They could pick up some absolute gems. It's kind of like the early days of Roland, really, where it's like the part of this cycle of Belgian clubs. You know, do they stick with one country? Now, I know Sandgaard's not Roland because, you know, they were feeding players into different clubs and feeding players from, you know, other clubs into Charlton and the other way around, and that whole cycle didn't really work and things like that. But Sandgaard, to my knowledge, doesn't own any other football clubs, so I think with him being a Danish owner, I think looking at Wolves and what they've done with the Portugal transfer strategy with Nuno Espirito Santo at the helm, I think that a Danish transfer strategy would be fantastic for Charlton. And looking on the basis of it, I definitely think we're looking here at a really good future for Charlton in terms of transfers, in terms of Lee Bowyer's job, in terms of Sandgaard's ownership. I think we've got the dark days of Charlton over, and I think Charlton's bright years are set to come. So I think Charlton really are, you know, I think the only thing they're missing now is just getting the squad together, just getting the right players in at the right time and building a squad that's going to keep improving year upon year for them. So, you know, from Rovers fans, including myself, massive congratulations to Sandgaard. You're a brilliant guy, brilliant owner. Can't wait to see you run Charlton like a dream, I'm sure. Well done to the Charlton fans. You know, you kept protesting, you kept wanting change, you kept forcing change. You got it. You forced the EFL's hand. You forced them to stop being a crime in football for once in their life. And you finally got them to bypass the injunction and sign on the dotted line. So, well done, Charlton fans. Very, very good. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Again, well done, Charlton. Well done. You got it sorted. Now you can keep improving as a squad. Thank you very much. My name is the CHALL. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And for now, guys, have an awesome day. Goodbye.